It's going live now. I'm live. All right, guys, I had some technical difficulty there. I was trying to get into this thing and I didn't quite have it right. So I've been running my mouth the last little bit and didn't have it. So can you guys hear me now? I'm gonna let it go for a couple of minutes here, make sure everybody gets in. It's my fault that I didn't get in here for a couple of minutes late. I started it, but I didn't have it set up right. So there you go. What's up, Terry? I see you guys in here. Hey, Chris Hutter. What you doing, Hutmo? Awesome, awesome, awesome. You hear me good. I got Terry and Station here, Bill Young, and Scott Lynn and Chris Hutter. Hey, Hutmo. I'm trying to figure out all this stuff. You being a bum? Yeah, me too. Hey, Bill Young, you asked me a question up there. Is there any chance to be doing a ride like this in the fall? And yes, I might be able to do it. But for now, I'm going to kind of sit here for a second and let folks come in. So y'all listen to the music, and we'll wait a couple of minutes to let everybody get in here. Hey, George, welcome in, man. Awesome. Hey, what's up, Joe? I checked out a little bit of your practice earlier, then I had to get off and try to get ready for this thing right here. Cool, Terry. Can't wait to see you guys Friday morning, man. I'll be up there by 7 o'clock. I'll be at the Starbucks. Yeah, I'm just letting people get in here, Joe. Let me stop all that flashing. Uh-oh. I'm trying to reconnect. We had some internet issues today, unfortunately. Got 11 folks in here. 12 folks in here now. That's good. Let me stop the music here. Okay. Can you guys hear me all right? I know earlier somebody said they could, but I'll make sure you guys can hear me all right. My son helped me put some stuff down in here to suppress the noise. And hey, Artie, my nephew's in here. Cool beans. So I'll answer some of these questions in a minute. You guys are probably going to type things faster than I can answer. And Joe, thank you. My son helped me set up filters and compressions and all this other stuff on the computer so it would knock out all the background noise. But I messed with it a little bit a while ago because sometimes I was talking and you couldn't hear me at all. I tried some test recordings earlier. So now I think it's working a little bit better. So that's pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to our ride. I want to do this live tonight to try to get a head count, see how many people are actually coming up on the 8th, 9th, and 10th. Let me have it unlocked. But before I forget, I just wanted to go over some notes. Robin, can you let her out? Coco, go in there. She'll let you out. My dogs want me to let her out, and obviously I don't want to get her from here and let her go outside, so my wife's going to take care of that. All right, so before I get distracted and try to answer a bunch of questions, I just wanted to put out some notes that here I have that we got going on. And Chris, I'm not going to be able to make Shark Week this year, unfortunately, because my granddaughter's dancing down in Disney. But since I started the YouTube channel, I met a good friend named Wood Jr., and he and I decided to go ride the mountains of North Carolina next week. The 9th and 10th, actually doing the rides. We're going to ride the Tail of the Dragon, Tallulah Skyway, over to Maryville, Smoky Mountain, Harley Davidson, eat at the Shed, get some barbecue over there, and then we're going to come back the next day and ride a waterfall loop on the North Carolina side. So what I wanted to do is let everybody know what I got going on here. First thing I wanted to tell you guys is Graham County, where we're going to be at. My wife's going to get in here for a minute. Oh, you can get in here. That's okay. You'll sit here and watch what I'm doing. Graham County is the county we're going to be in, and Graham County is the last county in North Carolina that still has dry prohibition from the prohibition back in the 30s. So it's been a dry county forever, my entire life. You couldn't get any kind of alcohol there, but they voted last year in the fall to allow beer and wine sales. So if you want beer and wine, you should be able to get that at the grocery store there in Robbinsville inside of Graham County. If you want anything harder than that, you got to bring it or you got to go get it. And that means driving a couple of counties over to find an ABC store so you can get some harder stuff. So just want to make sure everybody's aware of that. So somebody said, hey, Mama D. I'm going to start calling you that. Joe, way to go. So hopefully Wood Jr. will pop in here in a minute. But so Graham County is still a dry county except for beer and wine. So if you want that, you're going to have to, you want anything stronger than that, you have to bring it with you. Every day we've got planned, I've got some pretty long days planned. And so if the group gets larger, we'll kind of have to amend that maybe a little bit. But make sure that you start with a full tank of gas every day. And I'll talk about this stuff when we get up there again. That may sound trivial to some folks, but you got to remember that because we'll be up in the mountains and you don't want to run out of fuel over out in the different distance. I would suggest to have some water and some snacks with you. Pack in layers. It's going to be hot in the mountains of North Carolina even now, but when we get up in elevations, it's going to get cool. And so bring layers with you so you can layer up and layer down depending on what the temperature is and how you feel about what the temperature is. Bring some rain gear. I don't know if you guys saw but Traveling Tall's thing we went to a couple of weeks ago. We got up in higher elevations. It got down to 58 degrees. It got cool. It got misty. It did not rain on us, but it can rain at any point up here. So you could actually be riding and go across the mountain and run into rain and then ride out of the rain. So bring your rain gear just in case we need it. Hopefully we're going to have great weather the whole weekend. We won't need any rain, but we'll check that out as it goes. And then I know Terry and Trace, I know Terry and Stacy are going to meet me in Boone on Friday morning for the ride over to Robbinsville. So the plan is for everybody to get to Robbinsville Friday night on the 8th. And hopefully we'll be there by about 5 or 6 o'clock that afternoon. And we can have a good time of fellowship. They got a pavilion there. We can sit out there under the pavilion, get to know each other, make some introductions, and then get up Saturday and do the rides. But if you're meeting me at Boone on Friday, I'm going to be there at 7 in the morning to eat breakfast. And then I want to do kickstands up by 8 o'clock and take off. And that's going to be an awesome ride. We're going to take the Blue Ridge Parkway across, go over the viaduct. We're going to drop down off the parkway on Highway 181. I don't think there's a name for that, but it's one of the most fun roads to ride. It's got nice, good sweeping curves all the way down. A lot of the folks go and ride it up and down frequently during the summer. There's crotch rockets on there and cruiser bikes and everything else. So that's a good road to ride. And then we'll kind of skirt Lake James. We'll ride up what's called the Devil's Whip, which is just as technical and challenging as the Dragon. It's Highway 80 that leads us back up to the Parkway. We'll take the Parkway over by Mount Mitchell, and then we'll come off the Parkway. And my plan right now is to go up to Hot Springs and ride a road they call the Snake. That'll take us back down into Maggie Valley. Then we'll head on over to Robbinsville. But that's going to be all day long. I got lunch stop planned in there. And if we see it's going to take us longer than we planned, or we decide to stay longer at a place and check out a view, we can amend the ride. We don't have to do all of it. But I've got it planned in there so that we can see some really cool stuff on the way over to Robbinsville. Then we have our gathering that night. Saturday morning, initially I had planned for us to go up to the Tail of the Dragon and eat at the Dragon's Den, which is their little grill. So get there, eat breakfast there. So we're there ahead of the crowd and we can get out on the road. And we can still do that. But just before you get to the Dragon, there's an old historical lodge there called the Tapaco Lodge and Restaurant. And it's right on the river there. And the Tallulah River runs right beside of there. And it's the, you ever watch The Fugitive? The dam there for The Fugitive is right there. And so that's the Tallulah Dam, where they're going to release water. They only do this a couple of times a year. And on the 9th is the day they're releasing water from the dam, which means river coming by the lodge is going to be flowing. There should be kayakers out there trying to whitewater kayak. You might be able to catch some of that. If not, the river's going to be flowing. And they have breakfast there. They got a nice place for all the motorcycles to park. So probably we'll stop and get breakfast there. We can decide that on Friday night. But so kind of look at that. You can check it out on the internet. You can check out the Dragon's Den on the internet and see the differences in the two. Either way, we're going to stop at the Tail of the Dragon so everybody can get their souvenirs and get their picture made and look at the Tree of Shame and all of that stuff. And then we'll take our time and ride across the Dragon, and we'll meet up on the other side at the Tail of the Dragon Harley-Davidson, which is on the other side of the Tail of the Dragon at the end. We'll hook back up once everybody's there. We'll go on over to Smoky Mountain Harley-Davidson and get us some lunch at the shed. After lunch, we'll come back over. We'll have us a gas stop in Van Noor, or Von Noor, however you say it, and that'd be a good place to get a drink, get some gas, and we'll head on over to the Cherryhill Skyway. We'll come back to the hotel that night. So that will be Saturday. And Saturday night, what I wanted to do is have a cookout. The pavilion they have there at the Two Wheel Inn, it probably has enough picnic tables to seat 50 people, 40 people. I don't know. It's a fairly large pavilion. It's covered, and they have a charcoal grill there that we can get some charcoal, and we can actually do a cookout. But the thing is, let's see, Bo and Karen are coming down from Newland, North Carolina, and Karen's driving her car, so she said she could go and get, we could use the car to get the items that we need. Plus, switching gears is coming. Hey, J-Bay, I see you in here. Hey, Wood, I see you in here. Either way, so we can go get provisions and bring them back. We'll just all chip in and buy the hot dogs and hamburgers and chips and that kind of thing. Bring it back. We'll have our cookout. And if we can do something different, that's just what I had thought about doing. We can just kind of sit out there, have the cookout, and have a good evening on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I want to get up, go get your own breakfast, but I want to try to have kickstands up by 8:30. And on Sunday, I'm going to take you across the Weah Road, which goes beside of Nantahala Lake. And it's a really nice road. It's nicer than the Dragon, in my opinion. And it's got some beautiful scenery. That'll take us over to Franklin, North Carolina. And then we're going to ride a section of Highway 64 and Highway 28 kind of come together there, where there are a lot of waterfalls in just rapid succession. And so we'll stop by. It's a waterfall tour, and we'll see 5 waterfalls. We'll actually stop at 2 of them. Dry Falls has a parking lot. We'll stop at Dry Falls, and we'll get out and go down to the bikes, and you can walk behind the falls. That's why it's called Dry Falls. Really cool waterfall. We'll do that. Then we'll ride just a little bit further, and there's Brattleville Falls. You used to be able to drive. The road went underneath the falls, but the road is deteriorated back there, so they have it blocked off. So we'll have to scope it out. Depending on how many people we have, we may not be able to stop there because of the too many bikes. But we'll scope that out. And then we'll ride a little bit further along. There's another overlook I want to stop and look at. Then before we get up on the Blue Ridge Parkway, we need to do 2 things. Get fuel, and we need to get something to eat. And there's an old country store gas station that's right before I want to go up to the parkway. We can stop at that country store, fuel all the bikes up. We can go inside, and they have a deli there. They may have their restaurant open now. They're building a restaurant or opening a restaurant inside of that little country store. Either way, they've got other things besides sandwiches that you can eat, like chicken and finger food and that kind of thing. Wide selection of whatever you might need. We can get the food and eat it there, or we can get it, put it in the saddlebags or the tour pack, whatever else, right up to a vista on the parkway where we're overlooking the mountains and the scenery, and sit out there and eat our lunch. But once we leave down off of Highway 64 and go up to the parkway, it'll be a couple of hours before we have anywhere to get any food or any water or any gas. So we got to make sure we have that stuff before we go up on the parkway. And then we're going to go to the highest point on the Blue Ridge Parkway, get the bikes lined up, take us a picture up there, and then we're going to ride to the southern terminus of the Blue Ridge Parkway where it goes into Smoky Mountain National Park. After we do that, we'll ride back and do part of Moonshiner 28 over to Fontana Dam. There's a challenge coin place that's there that Terry and Stacy from up in Illinois have told me about. And so we're going to stop there. So if you're a HOG member and you take your picture at this challenge thing and submit it, you get a challenge coin. So we're going to stop there so you can do that. You can also get another challenge coin if you take your picture at the Tail of the Dragon store. So we'll be at those two places. You get 2 challenge coins if you're a hog member. So we're going to stop at those things, which is kind of cool. All right, Chris, I'll see you later, man. I'll talk to you later, Hutmo. Hutmo's a great friend of mine. Been riding motorcycles with him for a long time. He hopped in here for a little while. So we'll do that. And then if anybody wants to ride the Tail of the Dragon a second time, we'll be right there at it on Sunday evening before we go back. And then get dinner and come back and sit around and fellowship. And then sadly, it's time to go the next morning. So I've been running my mouth long enough now. I just wanted to kind of lay all that out. So how's everybody tonight? Let's see. I know I threw a lot of information out there quickly, guys. Trying to go back and see all these comments now. See how many people are in here. I'm looking at 2 different things. So there's 15 of us in here. So currently, and so that may be the number that's coming. I don't know. That was my big reason for wanting to go live tonight, was to try to figure out how many people are coming. I hope you guys have your routes planned, have a idea of how you're going to get there. I've got mine planned. And if you look in the description of this video, I went ahead and put our information in there again. The hotel information is there. The overflow, if somebody's staying other places or need another place to stay, that's there. Then I've got the routes that I built in Ride Planner in there as well. So, and Bill, I think I answered your question earlier. I can probably hook up a fall ride, look at the leaves on the northern part of the parkway in North Carolina, so over toward Boone, North Carolina, maybe riding between Boone and Asheville, but not going all the way over to the Tail of the Dragon. But I would love to get up and meet with some folks and ride in the mountains and check out the leaves come the fall, because it's an awesome place to go. And actually, Lynn Cove Viaduct is probably one of the most, it is, as far as I know, the most photographed area of the Blue Ridge Parkway, especially when the leaves are in place, because, you know, that viaduct goes around Grandfather Mountain instead of blasting through it. And it was the last section of the Blue Ridge Parkway to ever be completed. So, yeah, we can do that for sure. And you guys are still hearing me okay, it looks like. Yeah, I wish we get live. I wish I could figure out how to get Wood in the live stream with me, but I'm technically challenged. I bet there's a way to do it. My son could probably figure it out. He's got this Stream Deck thing and knows how to do all kinds of stuff. He helped me figure out the audio on this, and I hope that's working well. So, if you're coming to this thing, give me a thumbs up emoji. And yeah, Wood, I knew that you and Ross were coming, and then I saw a video that J-Bake made a couple of days ago and said that him and MJ from Switching Gears is coming. Pretty awesome. Hey, Scott, if you look down in the description of this video, I've got a link to the Starbucks, the location of the Starbucks in the description of this video. But it's Starbucks in Boone. It's on Highway 321, and it's like really close to the hospital there. And I'll see if I can find the actual address for you while we're talking here. So I see Wood, I see Southern Throttle, I see George coming. Let me go to my maps here, and I'll see if I can get you the actual address of that. Yes, sir. It's in Boone, North Carolina. Starbucks. Yes, Jimmy John's, Chick-fil-A, Walgreens. Search here for Starbucks. They show me Starbucks here at home. I want to go to Starbucks in Boone. Sorry, guys, I got distracted here. All right. So, Starbucks in Boone, Scott, I think you're the one to ask about that, is 1700 Blowing Rock Road in Boone, North Carolina. 1700 Blowing Rock Road in Boone, North Carolina, 28607. And I'll be there for breakfast, and then we'll be kick stands up at 1700 Blowing Rock Road. That's right, in Blowing Rock Road in Boone, and we'll be kick stands up at 8 that morning. And yes, we will ride Tail of the Dragon right after we eat breakfast. We'll go up to the Dills Gap Motor Resort, check out all the souvenir shops, all the stuff to do there, and then we'll ride across the Tail of the Dragon. All right, so I've got thumbs up from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because I know that's 2 people when I look at Elvis. That's Terry and Stacy from up in Illinois. 6, and I know there's some other folks. Is there ice at the hotel? I don't know. Oh, the ice at the Sewell Inn? The last time I was there, they had ice. If that's what you're asking, yes, they have ice there at the hotel. They have buckets for your room. They have a laundry there. Is that what you're asking about, Terry? Yes, they do. Okay, yeah, there's ice there. Now, if we want a lot of ice, you're filling up coolers and things, they probably don't want you to get it from there. But, yeah, I think it's cool that Ross Cross is coming, too. I've never met Ross Cross, but I've seen him on All Woods videos, so looking forward to meeting him, and we're going to have a good time. I'm so excited, guys, about this ride. I was excited to try to figure out how to do all this stuff with the live stream, but I was worried about my granddaughters being here and having an excess noise. They're not here, so that's not a big problem tonight. We're going to go and look at some fireworks here in just a little while when I get off of this. But one of the local communities here, Mount Holly, is having a fireworks display tonight. So my wife and I will go over and look at the fireworks, get something to eat, and go to check out the fireworks. So I think I've answered about the questions I can answer, but you guys have anything else you want to throw at me? I'll stick around here for a little while. I can't wait to see everybody and meet everybody I haven't already met. Elvis on 2 is, I met Terry and Stacy up on the Beartooth Pass a little over a year ago, last June 23rd. The only reason I know that is because June 22nd is my wedding anniversary, and I was in Red Lodge the night of my wedding anniversary, and we left that next morning to go across there. And actually, Terry, if you guys rode in the Yellowstone that day, the road going to the Yellowstone from the northeast entrance is washed out right now. You can't go in that way. So, okay, so disco's coming. Cool. So, I still don't have a good count, but I think we're going to be somewhere around 20. I've got a friend here locally, Nelson Britt. He and his wife are coming. He was going to ride with us across on the Parkway, but she can't ride this far, so they're going to meet us over there. The biggest reason I was concerned is there are some regulations that I don't want to violate on the Parkway. If you have a planned ride, you can only have a limited number of motorcycles together in a group, and that number is 10 motorcycles. And I know that, so I don't want to violate it if I can help it. But Nelson is familiar with all the roads, so he has agreed to help out if we need to split up in 2 groups, so he can lead one of the groups. And if you guys have the Harley GTS boombox, the latest boombox, the routes that I have in the description down here should be able to open those up and save them to your device in your Ride Planner app and send those routes to your bike. And they've got waypoints in there, and that's the exact route we're going to ride on the Saturday and Sunday. And I actually have built the same type thing for my proposed ride for our Friday ride over. But all of that stuff's amendable on the fly. If we get out there and see that our day is getting away from us, on all of the days except for the day that we go to, I don't know, Scott, to make it as big as Traveling Talls, Run to the Hills too. I'm not ready for all that, man. But either way, the day we ride the tail of the dragon and over to Maryville and back around on Cherhala, that day's pretty much set. It's 174 miles, but it's going to take all day long. But the waterfall day, if we need to cut some of the ride off to get back to the hotel because we're losing time, it's very easy to do that. Same thing with going from Boone to Robbinsville. If we're enjoying the roads and we realize, hey, we're short on time, we can amend that route really quickly and hop on the highway and get to where we need to get. So that's the kind of cool thing. Hey, Wood, everybody's got to have the first time on the tail of the dragon. I will tell you that there are a lot better roads to ride than the tail of the dragon. And I'm going to take you on some of those when you get up here, Wood. You're going to have a blast, and you're going to have a great time. I can't wait to see you. And you're right, Terry. Blount County is in Tennessee. That's where you go into on the tail of the dragon on the other side. Tennessee is a helmet state. North Carolina is a helmet state, so we got to wear our helmets. They will give you a ticket on the tail of the dragon. So if you're scooting across there at a good clip, they're patrolling it pretty heavily, especially on the weekend when we're going to be there. And we're going to ride it early in the morning. And my plan for riding across the dragon is to let everybody ride their own ride. So when we go to the gift shop and the Gills Gap Motorcycle Resort and check out the gift store, then and go at our own pace. Some people want to ride it faster, some people ride it slower, and that's fine. I don't want to try to do it in a big group and ride across in a big group like Traveling Tall did. That was cool to do, but I think it's better to let everybody ride their own ride. So if you're riding it and somebody's pushing you, don't let them push you. Slow down, let them go around you. There are plenty of places you can pull off and let people go around you. If you're pushing somebody, back off and give them a chance to get out of your way. I would suggest you not to cross the double yellow line. I would suggest you not to even come close to the double yellow line. If you haven't ridden in the mountains a lot, Wood just said it. Watch some videos on it. Go back and watch some of the videos that Robert Simmons has it posted, Traveling Tall has them posted, where they went out to Arizona and they learned how to trail brake. Watch those and see what it talks about. Why were people getting killed in corners and dying in corners because they don't know how to ride the motorcycles to their capability. Don't override yourself. The motorcycle is capable of doing a lot more than I'm capable of doing, but I know my limitations, so don't outride yourself and don't let anybody else push you. Outride yourself. Take it easy through there. And if you would normally go around a curve in third gear, gear down to second gear. The higher RPMs will help you engine brake, help you keep the bike more stable going around the curves. I think the last time I rode the tail of the dragon, I might have got the fourth gear in a straightaway, but most of the time I'm in second or third gear, and that's where I need to be, and that's probably where you need to be. So that's what I would think about doing that. All right, so cool. I'm reading, so you got a buddy with Blount County Sheriff's Department deputy. If he's there and meet us to ride, he might be able to help us out. That's great. I appreciate that. So what state are you in, George? You've been riding for 18 years but never left your state on a motorcycle. What state are you in? And Eddie, you're right. Robert Simmons has a very good video on the Dragon talking about the road itself is not dangerous. The riders on that road are dangerous. And I will agree with that. I've got a video where I came across it too, but mine's kind of sped up. So, yeah, Elvis Terry just said the Dragon's beat up a little bit, and it is. It's not that bad. They've resurfaced part of it. So I will also tell you that when you get across the tail of the Dragon and you come out of the curves, there's a straightaway, and it's right beside of the lake to your left. When you get to that straightaway, the speed limit is still 35, 40 miles an hour for another mile or two. And they will give you a ticket there because people come off the mountain and they see that straightaway and they want to take off and go. Don't do that. Just be reserved until you see the speed limit sign change to 50, get up to 50 or 55. I wouldn't push it much past that. Set your cruise control and then come on down to the t-shirt shop. And we'll talk about all this stuff again on Friday night and on Saturday morning before we get going on there. So, awesome. Ohio, Scott's in Ohio. Got a good buddy, Dan Mize from Ohio. He rode with me. If you guys hadn't watched my Road to Tahoe series. Check that out. I can put a link in here later on. My Road to Tahoe series. Check this link out right here. If you haven't watched those videos, go back and watch them. That was my first videos on YouTube as far as learning how to edit and put up content. Actually, Terry and Stacy are in one of those videos when I went across the Beartooth Pass. So that was me learning. I'm still learning, but those videos I think are pretty good, but they don't get many views. My later videos now are getting a lot of views. And so there's some really good content back there that you guys maybe should go back and check out sometime. What other questions you guys got? I'm just letting the chat go on. I'm running my mouth just because I don't want to have all this dead space. I could turn the music back on. I can get the disco going again. Wood, were you here for the disco when I had the disco going? I got my coffee. So it's a little far out, Duncan, to say the weather condition prediction, unless there's a storm front that comes through or a big front coming through. We'll probably have decent weather, but the plan, you know, the problem is in the mountains of North Carolina, it can rain at any point, and they can call for rain all week long, and it might not be here. So basically, you have to go and figure it out when you get there. So my plan for Saturday morning, go back over to my notes here so I don't tell you wrong, because I've got that in a note as well. Itinerary, blah, 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 blah. So my plan for Saturday morning is to pull out of the hotel at 7:30, and we're going to ride about 20 miles, and the Tail of the Dragon is about 20 miles from the hotel, the two-wheel inn. So we'll meet up at the two-wheel inn. We'll leave there, kickstands up at 7:30, and ride to breakfast. So the Tapaco, I never say that right. The Tapaco Lodge is where I'd like to go to get breakfast. It opens at 8 o'clock. So I'd like to be there when it opens up, get our breakfast, have a nice relaxing breakfast, and then hopefully get up to the actual Tail of the Dragon by about 9 or 9:30. So everybody can check out the store there. We're right across the Tail of the Dragon, and that'll put us getting over in Maryville probably around 11:30, 12 o'clock. Be a good time to get lunch, and we'll head on back. And it may take us longer than that. I don't want to rush today, but that's what I was thinking about doing for breakfast. So I hope that answers your question. Kickstands up Saturday morning at 7:30. I know they're long days for two reasons. I want to get breakfast and get on the road, and I really would like us to enjoy the Tail of the Dragon before it wakes up. And the only way to do that is to get on it early in the morning. The later in the day, the more people to get there, and the more crowded it's going to be, the more dangerous it's going to be because it's more crowded. So that's why I wanted to do it. So, Terry, the Iron Mountain Road was built back in the 30s, so I don't know if it's the Iron Mountain Road is older than the Tail of the Dragon. It's just not, there again, people haven't ridden it as much maybe. But the Iron Mountain Road was built back in the 30s into the 40s as the gateway to Mount Rushmore. So, but that's why I wanted to get up going. So, awesome. Let's see, I'm trying to catch up with these comments here. Ohio. Weather prediction. I was going to try to see if I could get anything to come up on long distance on my weather radar here on my phone. So Eddie, you're from the Chicago area. Terry and Stacy are also from the Chicago area, and they're coming down here that day. So let me get Robbinsville plugged in here. I think I already have it saved. There it is. And how far can I look at? So right now, it's calling for rain all week long, but what it says is a mix of clouds and sun, scattered thunderstorms, high of 82, and a chance of rain 60%. If you came to, that's on Friday, and then I can see Saturday, the chance of rain is 40% on Saturday, and that's in Robbinsville. But if you would have to kind of check the forecast in Robbinsville and Knoxville and Maryville and Tellico Plains, because we're going to be really going around a lot of the area. So it could be, raining in one location and not the other. But that's summertime in the mountains of North Carolina. They can have thunderstorms any part of the day. They can have rain. Hopefully we won't have any complete washouts. And exactly right. Basically, Tennessee, North Carolina weather every day. So, so Scott, that's what I'm saying. You know, back in 2017, I hosted the National Shark Week rally, the Road Glide rally here in Cherokee, and that spring, I did one of these rides at the 2LN, and some of my friends from the Road Glide Forum came and rode with me. There were about 15 of us that met up, and plus or minus, it might have only been 10. Either way, several of us met up, and we stayed at the 2LN, and it had called for rain all week long. We got there, and it was beautiful weather the whole weekend. So you can't, the weather forecast is not going to be reliable, just the way it is. You have to basically come and check it out. So being going about 37 minutes, I don't want to take this a whole lot longer. I just wanted everybody to know that in the description of the video, let me go to that side, make sure can I see it while I'm in it? No, I can't see it while I'm in it. That's okay. In the description of the video, there's all the information about the ride again. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. So I know that Terry and Stacy are coming to ride with me in Boone. So right now, if you're going to be riding with me leaving Boone and heading over there on the 8th, give me a thumbs up. Boy, it's eerily quiet in this house. It doesn't normally happen that way. My granddaughters are normally here making all kinds of noise. All right, Eddie. Man, hope you have a great weekend as well. I know I got 2 thumbs up from Terry and Stacy. I know they're coming. And if it's just us guys, we can make the time and do the ride I want to do. So, crickets! That's okay. Hey guys, I appreciate you coming into the live. I just wanted to try to get an idea. And so I think it's going to be manageable. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. I'll have to go back and count all the thumbs up and all the ones that aren't on the live right now that are there. And Jay, if you're still in here, Jay Bake, Southern Throttle, I took your challenge and I actually did that this afternoon. So as soon as I get off of the live stream, I'm probably going to go ahead and post that video tonight as I leave the house. It should be uploaded by now and be in high definition. But as y'all can tell, because you've been on this live, I can run my mouth end on end on end. I can just keep talking. So I don't have any problem with that. Oh, you're right. It is more beat up than the Iron Mountain Road. And Iron Mountain Road is a fun road to ride. It's one of my most favorite roads just because of, I like the tunnels on it. I like the split sections. I wish we had some of that kind of riding around here. But I am so blessed to live in North Carolina and have the riding that I have so close to my home. I can be up on the Parkway in about 90 minutes from my house and ride some of the most beautiful roads between here and there to get to the Parkway. And so I'm looking forward to sharing basically my backyard with you guys and riding. So we're going to have a great time. I appreciate you guys popping in on the live. And we've been going pretty steady here now for, well, there's only 13 of us in here, so I'm losing people along the way. But we'll be going for about 38, 39 minutes. So I'm probably going to pop off here in just a second and go watch these fireworks and get something to eat. I hope you guys have a great 4th of July. Something I didn't say earlier, but man, look over your motorcycle. Do the T-Clocks inspection. You know, check your tires out. Check your chassis out. Make sure there's nothing loose on there at all. Check all your fluids. You know, check all your lighting. Make sure it's good to go. And then then let's just have a good weekend. Any issues you find with your bike, get those addressed. You got a week or so to do it, but you got a holiday in between. So I wanted to do the live tonight because I figured people would be leaving for the 4th of July holiday starting tomorrow. And tonight was the last day I had school. I've been driving a school bus, and I'm kind of having fun doing that. So no more school the rest of the year. And so wait until August, and now I got the summer off. Got some plans. And one of those plans, obviously, is to come see you guys next week. So you guys have a good night. Be blessed. Be safe out there, and I'll catch y'all on the ride on the 8th, 9th, and 10th. All right, guys. You go to this side, and I want to end the live stream. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.